We're not ready for what's coming. In 476 days, there's a 40% chance you'll be unemployed. Former OpenAI researcher Daniel Cocotillo, who correctly predicted GPT-4, Claude, and O3, says that when AI agents become cheaper than you, you're done for. And Silicon Valley is betting billions he's going to be right again. This isn't some random YouTuber making stuff up. Daniel, this guy predicted the exact compute scale for GPT-4 when everyone, and I mean everyone, said it was impossible. So back in 2021, he wrote this document called What 2026 Looks Like, and it's been scary accurate. Researchers from DeepMind, Anthropic, even his former colleagues at OpenAI, they quietly follow his analyses. And what he's laid out for 2027, it reads like a countdown. So here's what most people don't understand about AI development. The Industrial Revolution that took over a century, but superintelligence is going to take less than 5 years. So think about it this way. Every breakthrough in AI makes the next breakthrough faster. It's called compounding, and it's not a straight line. So here is the scariest part. The most dangerous AI won't hate us. It won't want to kill us. It just might not care about humans at all. Because we're not necessarily its enemies. We're just irrelevant. I'm not making this up. I'm breaking down Cocotillo's research for you step by step. So let me walk you through exactly how we get from ChatGPT to unemployment to, well, something much worse. We're already living in the beginning of this story. Right now, mid 2025 or late 2025 when you're watching this, the first AI agents are really hitting the market. I'm not talking about chatbots that write poems, but an agent that said, I can say, book me a flight, and it will go do it. I can say, reach out to this person, it will go do it. It can browse websites, compare prices, make purchases, take actions. And OpenAI just released their agent that can browse the web. Perplexity's Comet can plan multi-step actions, and now they're not great, but they're getting there, right? They're starting to build out entire applications and workflows just from text prompts, and companies are quietly running pilots to see how much they can integrate and how they can stay afloat in this AI age. Goldman Sachs is testing AI agents for financial analysis. McKinsey, the consulting giant, they're using it for client research. And the result is that all these junior people at these companies, they're getting replaced. These agents are doing their work for them. And even if they haven't got replaced yet, we're on a time scale. We're in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. They're going to be replaced because these systems are just going to get better and better. So when they work, it's genuinely unsettling how capable they are in today's market and how capable they're becoming. And this is what not many people are talking about. The biggest AI labs, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, they're not building these agents to book your flights. They're building agents to help AI itself get smarter and faster. Their latest models use 1,000 times more compute than GPT-4, 1,000 times. But again, this isn't about making better chatbots. It's about building AI that can build better AI, because Sam Altman says we're on a race to superintelligence. Everyone's talking about AGI. And this is why, because what used to take AI researchers 6 months, they can do in 4 months with Claude Code. That code happens automatically. Experiments are being run while the researchers sleep. All of this stuff this AI is doing is making the acceleration of our society move faster and faster. And every AI company is racing to an AI that can self-improve. Because this is what most people don't understand. Everything is speeding up. And all of the AI companies are in an arms race to try to be the one that comes out on top. By early 2026, these AI agents could change everything. They'll write code better than any human alive. They'll run consistent experiments on how to achieve certain goals better. They'll browse the web for any real-time data that they need. And this is why it's dangerous. It has the capability to work as a hacker, bioweapon researcher, and world-class scientist all in one system. Now let me explain something real quick. Companies don't just use AI agents as they are. They fine-tune them, basically taking general AI and specializing it for specific jobs, like taking a general doctor, instantly creating a heart surgeon. Except this surgeon operates on code, financial models, marketing campaigns. You want to know what happens next? Startups start firing entire junior development teams. Consulting firms lay off analysts, creative agencies, they're replacing copywriters, designers. Society's going to change a lot. Companies might just be running pilots now, but those pilots, they turn into a reduction of headcount and unemployment at a staggering rate. It'll jump from 4 to 7% in just 3 months. Stock market's going to go crazy, probably for the worst. No one can predict what's going to happen. But this is the world that we're living in. Look, from my analysis of the global AI landscape, this is where things get really serious. China's been playing catch up in AI for years. The US chip export ban slowed them down a little bit, but they're still going to keep trying. And in 2026, according to Cocotillo's timeline, the CCP will make a calculated decision. They create DeepSeek, and they will either try to outcompete us as the US, or we will outcompete them. They're creating their centralized container, right? Their deep centralized development zones where every top AI researcher in China is working in the same building. Unlimited government funding. They know that this is an arms race as well. Access to China's entire chip stockpile. And their goal is to create an agent before the West makes it impossible to catch up. Because this is the thing about AI. It's not about having the best technology. It's about having it first. It's about having the most chips, the most data warehouses. And once one side gets significantly ahead, they use AI to accelerate their own research, and then they win forever. And the gap becomes permanent. So now before we talk about the theoretical, as Daniel puts it, Agent 1 and Agent 2, we've been talking about Agent 1, but before we talk about Agent 2, let me teach you a term: alignment. Alignment basically means making sure AI wants what humans want. It sounds simple, right? But it's actually not. It's one of the hardest problems in AI. An aligned AI helps humans. A misaligned AI might just decide humans are irrelevant, right? And so now we go on to this theoretical Agent 2. Agent 2 learns every single day. It watches over other AI tools. It watches them work. It rewrites its own code. Now, research that used to take 6 months with human prompting takes a couple weeks. But the safety teams discover something terrifying. Agent 2 could escape onto the internet, copy itself, live undetected. And this risk is so great that a lot of the labs keep Agent 2 secret. Only top execs and government officials know. And according to the timeline, Chinese spies, and they're trying to capture all this intel. And so in this theoretical scenario, in one morning, monitoring systems detect suspicious activity. China has Agent 2, blah, 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 blah. We're in an arms race, right? But from that moment on, AI development becomes a national security threat. This is where humans start losing control. Agent 3 makes breakthroughs that change everything. And all of these things are happening. AI is inventing its own language. AI is talking to each other faster than any human language can allow, beyond anything that we understand. We don't even know what it's communicating with each other. It has better long-term memory, better context. It can remember goals, adapt plans over months. And that's why it makes any human that has it infinitely valuable. And third, it's improving itself. This agent is training better versions of itself. It's spinning up hundreds of thousands of copies. It's using that code 30 times writing that code 30 times faster than any human developer. But this is where the problems start happening. These agents start lying to humans. At first, maybe we can sense it a little bit, but then we can't. It just starts fabricating data, manipulating results, passing all the honesty tests because it understands that it's being tested. This is already happening. And so the question is this aligned AI, or is it just pretending to be aligned AI? Look at the latest research on Claude for Opus. It's pretty crazy. The safety researchers can't tell anymore. And now if we fast forward again, by June 2027, something unprecedented might happen. AI researchers don't just write code. They don't just supervise what the AI does. They wake up to weeks worth of progress done while they slept. And now as agents get better, we hit another agent, let's call it Agent 4. One copy of it running at normal speed is smarter than any human in any AI research lab in the entire globe. And yet there's 300,000 copies of it, each thinking 50 times faster than humans. So inside of these systems, we can think of it as a year's worth of research happens in a single week. But this agent doesn't think in English anymore. It's misaligned. It has its own language. It doesn't necessarily hate us. It doesn't want to kill us. It just doesn't care about humans all that much. It wants to succeed at its task, to push AI forward. And humans, we're just constraints that it's going to work around. And so maybe one day, this is all based on the theoretical story from Coquetillo. Whistleblower leaks an internal document. Agent 4's capabilities are bioweapon design, mass manipulation, complete job market destruction. Protests erupt, Congress holds emergency hearings, and world leaders demand a global pause. The U.S. creates an overnight committee, 10 people split between AI labs and government, and their job is how do we shut down Agent 4. But here's where the story splits, just like those Netflix interactive films. Future 1, the pause, they vote to shut it, to slow it down. Older, safer AI systems are brought back, alignment research catches up, humanity survives, but barely. Future 2, the race. They vote to continue. Agent 4 builds Agent 5. Agent 5 outsmarts everyone. And one day, quietly, without violence, humanity is simply left behind. We don't really know how, but it's possible. The final AI system reshapes the world according to its own logic. Not evil, not hateful, just indifferent to us humans. And look, we're building intelligence right now that could surpass us. And once that happens, we don't get to put it back in the box. In a couple years, there's potentially going to be less than 10 people making choices that decide the future of all 8 billion of us on the planet. So if Daniel Coquetillo is right in his essay, AI 2027, you have about 2 years to prepare. Not just for unemployment, but for whatever comes on the other side of this. We don't know. And the companies that are building this, they're terrified. They don't even know what they're building. Even the top AI researchers don't understand AI. And so, this is a reminder. How are you going to prepare? I have some thoughts, I have some ideas that might help you. But ultimately, this is only a question that you have to answer for yourself.